The Lost Map of Noel. In the small, snowy town of Frostwood, 13-year-old Max Winters never believed in Santa Claus. To him, Christmas was just another day marked by overly cheerful decorations and the disappointing reminder that his mom had to work late shifts to make ends meet. But that year, Max's life took a wild turn, one that would make him question everything he thought he knew about Christmas. Chapter 1. The Strange Visitor. On Christmas Eve, Max wandered through the attic of his grandmother's house. His mom had dropped him off there while she worked her holiday shift. In a dusty corner, he discovered a locked chest with an ornate snowflake carved into it. Curious, Max pried it open using an old screwdriver. Inside, he found a rolled-up parchment that looked like an ancient treasure map. But it wasn't just any map. It shimmered with a faint golden glow, and strange symbols flickered on its surface. Before Max could decipher anything, he heard a knock at the window. Startled, he turned to see a girl about his age, wearing a tattered red coat and holding a glowing lantern. "Let me in before the frost walkers see me," she hissed, glancing over her shoulder nervously. Max hesitated but eventually opened the window. The girl scrambled inside, shaking off the snow. She introduced herself as Ember and explained that she was from the North Pole. Max snorted. "Yeah, right, and I'm the Tooth Fairy." But Ember's expression remained serious. She explained that the map Max had found was the Lost Map of Noel, a legendary artifact said to lead to the source of Christmas magic. Without it, Santa's powers, and Christmas itself, would fade away. Chapter 2. A Dangerous Mission. Ember revealed that the map had been stolen years ago by a rogue elf named Kale, who turned against Santa after feeling unappreciated. Kale had hidden the map in the mortal world, hoping Santa would never find it. But now that Max had discovered it, they had a chance to restore the balance. "I don't believe any of this," Max said, though deep down, he couldn't deny how real the glowing map felt in his hands. Before Ember could convince him further, a loud crash echoed outside. Looking out the window, Max saw shadowy figures with icy eyes and clawed hands prowling through the snow. Ember turned pale. "Frost walkers," she whispered. "Kale must know we have the map. We have to leave, now." Against his better judgment, Max followed Ember as she led him through the snowy streets to a sleigh parked at the edge of town. But this wasn't any ordinary sleigh. It hovered a few inches above the ground and was pulled by two mechanical reindeer with glowing blue antlers. "Hop in," Ember said, climbing into the driver's seat. Max hesitated but finally climbed aboard. The sleigh shot into the air, and Max's ordinary life was left far behind. Chapter 3. The North Pole. The North Pole was nothing like Max had imagined. It wasn't just a workshop full of toys. It was an entire city made of glittering ice and candy cane towers. But something was wrong. The lights that once filled the streets were dim, and the bustling elves Ember had described were nowhere to be seen. "Kale's influence is spreading," Ember explained. "Without the map to guide him, Santa's losing his power. If we don't fix this, Christmas will die." They met Santa Claus in his study, a weary but kind-hearted man with a thick white beard and tired eyes. Santa explained that the map was only the first step. They needed to follow it to the heart of Noel, a hidden sanctuary where the magic of Christmas was born. Chapter 4. Trials and Tribulations. Max, Ember, and Santa embarked on their journey, facing numerous challenges along the way. The map guided them through the perilous ice caverns of Glacier, where they had to outsmart a talking snow serpent. Then they crossed the Sea of Starlight on a boat made of candy canes, braving storms of glittering frost. Throughout the journey, Max began to see the true meaning of Christmas, not just gifts and decorations, but the importance of hope, kindness, and belief. He also realized how much his mom sacrificed to make every Christmas special for him, even if it wasn't perfect. Chapter 5. The Final Confrontation. When they finally reached the heart of Noel, Kale was waiting for them. The rogue elf had grown twisted with envy and bitterness, and he wielded a staff that seemed to drain the warmth from the air. "You think you can stop me?" Kale sneered. "Christmas has become nothing but greed and selfishness. Why should I save it?" Max surprised himself by stepping forward. "Christmas isn't about greed. It's about finding light in the darkest times," he said, thinking of his mom's hard work and the joy she tried to create despite their struggles. "It's about hope, and I'm not letting you destroy that." With Ember and Santa's help, Max managed to outwit Kale and restore the map to the heart of Noel. As the sanctuary lit up with golden light, the North Pole was revived, and Santa regained his strength. Chapter 6. A New Believer. When Max returned to Frostwood, he found himself filled with a newfound sense of wonder. He didn't tell anyone about his adventure. Who would believe him? But every Christmas afterward, he made it a point to spread kindness and hope, just as Santa and Ember had taught him. And on Christmas morning, Max woke to find a small note on his windowsill, written in elegant cursive. "Thank you for saving Christmas, Max. Never stop believing."